If you want to work on the relationship, that's an amazing start, even if it's in a really difficult place.
There's a statistic out of the Gottman Institute that says that the average couple who enters therapy has known about the issue that brought them to therapy for 6 years before they actually got help. In my opinion, I think this is a problem with our whole counseling profession, and for any of the professions that are in the helping and healing industry. What can we do to encourage people to get help faster?
Change is scary. So going to a counselor means I'm willing to change. I'm willing to take a risk. And oftentimes people are in let's say, not a good marriage, and at least it's familiar. It's comfortable enough. So the thought of going to counseling can be scary because what might happen? Maybe we'll get a divorce.
So it's easier not to address it.
Maybe it won't work out. And then we'll be more hopeless. Now we'll stay married, but we tried marriage counseling and even that didn't work.
We're so protective of our wounds. And when you go in for help, you're going to gently be approaching that stuff. And it's like when you have an actual wound and you say, no, 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 stay away, don't hurt it, don't touch it. But really, if you can touch it a little bit, there's hope for healing it.
There's also a real challenge that I run into in my practice is that a lot of times men think they're going to get beaten up. And they already feel beat up. And most therapists are women, so it's like, okay, great, now I'm going to be in a room with my wife and another woman, and oh, by the way, in my viewpoint, the marriage isn't so bad. When my clients are initiated by the husband, it's because the wife has said, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's like, oh my God, it really is this bad.
Yeah.
And now he really wants to stay married, and now he's willing to go into that painful place. Usually then it's 10 years that she's been really ticked off.
Yep.
But it's really helping men to understand and to be heard and be supported, which a lot of cases they don't feel that they are.
If you come in at the crisis moment and then you want quick couple sessions, just, for and out the door, I think it's more difficult. But I think when you're at that stage where things are struggling and you're still in a committed relationship, but you're having a moment, you could have a few sessions of tweaking the way you're dialoguing about something and really be on your way. So it's very similar to the metaphor of being hurt on your body. We try not to ignore physical pain until it gets all infected. Same thing.
Not everybody that goes to see a therapist is actually dealing with a mental illness. A lot of people are having just a life hiccup.
Well, and
right?
that's also part of the problem is that it's considered, and in fact, if you're going to use insurance, you actually have to have a diagnosable mental illness in order for insurance to cover it, because the insurance companies don't see relationship problems as an issue. But there's so much, there's so many other health issues that fall out of poor relationships that if you actually had a strong relationship, some of those other things, so again, there's also the cost to the medical, the health community.
A company, the bottom line is they want to make revenue. If somebody's going through a divorce or a remarriage and a breakup of a step family and this and that, they're missing work. They're getting impacted.
Do you know how much work they miss? I read somewhere it's 2 years of productivity.
So if you can make a business case perhaps and tell the HR departments and the make presentations to the workforce, maybe that's a way to reach people.
I think the stigma is getting less and less to go for help. I think that the change is happening. I really do think it needs to be more at the government and at the insurance company level, which is a huge undertaking and unlikely to move very quickly. Because as long as getting help is so expensive for families, that's another major issue.
What is the one thing you would want people to know about going to couples counseling or going to family therapy? Like, what should they expect for their first couple of sessions?
It should be a safe zone for both individuals. Because by showing up and coming, even if things are in a really bad place, if you want to work on the relationship, that's an amazing start, even if it's in a really difficult place.
I always salute a couple for coming in, that they had the courage to come and they showed up and they're here. And if you're here, there's hope.
I would say come in with an open mind and know that it's going to take some time. If you've behaved a certain way for X number of years, you're not going to change it overnight.
Right.
I always am very honored when somebody walks through my door. It's an incredible challenge to walk into a complete stranger and share your most intimate life. And so I take that very, very seriously. And it is also, again, about creating hope that there is a possibility of making it better, whatever better looks like.
So it sounds like we're all in agreement that the way that we can help our clients get access to help faster is by acting as leaders in the industry. We need to talk to our insurance panels, we need to be aware of what our organizations are doing, we need to help move everybody into the business of pushing services in front of people in a way that they can access them. So I think that it's really wonderful that everybody here feels that just the very act of going into therapy and seeing somebody is going to make a difference. And it's really lovely to see that, you know, the work that therapists are doing and the work that YourTango wants to do is all in alignment for helping people get help faster and live the best life that they can.